Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing the 2021 only green dial Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711 1A-014. The 014 with a lovely metallic green dial was a one-year only product launched to celebrate the end of the 5711's run, which started in 2006 and ended after the 21 model year. The watch is in many regards the same as the 2019 version of the Nautilus with the upgraded movement, albeit with a different dial. So the timepiece in stainless steel measures 40 millimeters in diameter, and it is 8.6 millimeters thick from lug to lug tip. The watch is 44.5 millimeters, but if you include the little intermediate links outboard, then the total distance across the wrist is 48.5 millimeters. The watch is easy to wear and very flat. It still sits flush to the wrist, lower than my wrist hair. It is quite slim. It's not an ultra thin, but it is shockingly thin for a steel automatic winding sports watch that's also 120 meters water resistant. The timepiece is comfortable, and as you can see, it would wear well even on a female wrist. It's nowhere near the edges of my wrist. I think you could wear this on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, and it easily fits underneath the cuff. Case, bracelet, and bezel, as designed by Gerald Genta in 1976, all integrated, designed to look like jewelry more than a wristwatch, as he considered himself to be a jewelry designer first. There's an integration here, not just of the shapes as one flows into the other, but you can see that there's complementary finishing. We have polish and satin on the bezel, polish and satin on the case, polish and satin on the bracelet, and a perfectly smooth taper down from link to link. There's a shoulder bevel on the edges of the links. You can see satin finish on their outer faces. The primary links are satin finished. The intermediate links are polished. We have a double folding clasp that's internally polished, and you can see it has a clamshell locking system to snap it shut and keep it shut with the company's logo, the Calatrava cross, blazoned externally. Taking a quick look, you can see that although the bracelet hasn't changed much in years, there are a few modern upgrades. We have ceramic spring-loaded pin snaps, and the idea of having a ceramic pin snaps that over time the little clamshell will not wear it down and reduce the snappiness and security of the clasp. So the watch does have a very thin bracelet, and it's entirely hand-finished, just like the case and the bezel. Unlike the Nautilus chronographs and chronograph dual time and annual calendars, this is a much slimmer, historically inspired jumbo-style bracelet. And by jumbo, I mean the original Nautilus 3700. This watch takes after that, not so much after the modern complications. This is a very thin and fine watch that also functions as a dress timepiece. Case back, mid-case, and then we have a bezel that includes little wings that snap down and screw into place. There is a screw-down crown that helps the watch to achieve its 120-meter water resistance. One of the ways in which the Nautilus evolved beyond the 1972 Royal Oak, which was also designed by Gerald Genta, is that for the Nautilus, Genta used a rounded polygon for the bezel, yes, but then the same for the inner bezel, the same for the sapphire, and the same for the dial. They're all the same shape, whereas on a Royal Oak, everything inboard of the edge of the bezel is just round. We have a metallic green, sort of forest green dial, white gold hands, white gold indices, white gold frame for the date. Of course, this newer caliber 26330 does include a hacking seconds function, which is not something found on the Nautilus from 2006 to 2018, back when they had the caliber 324. That one had a quick set date. It did not have hacking seconds. So here we have the hacking seconds, and we still have the quick set date. We'll do a quick loom shot so you can get a good look at the watch. It's a handsome timepiece, day or night, and as you can see, plenty of luminescence. Well, this could be your dress watch. It is very much a sports watch. Flipping it over, you can see that new movement. Patek guarantees that these movements run no worse than -3 + 2 seconds per day from the factory. So as you can see, 6-position adjustment when combined with the Patek Philippe seal, the anti-magnetic silicone hairspring, and the free-sprung Gyromax style architecture, that's where you get that Patek Philippe accuracy guarantee. It's a unidirectional winder. At center, the rotor bearings are ceramic. Now, you want unidirectional winding because it's more efficient than bidirectional. This has been tested empirically and proven, and ceramic bearings minimize maintenance while improving efficiency. Patek introduced the Gyromax Rolex-style free-sprung balance in the early 50s, and it's sort of their mechanical engineering heritage, so that's something you expect to see on a Patek watch. 45-hour power reserve, again, automatically wound, and you can see there are some subtle changes to the bridges as well as the reduction wheel that mark this as a caliber 26-330 SC rather than the previous 324. It's a good-looking movement, and it's well finished. It's also quite slender at only about 3.3 millimeters thick, which allows this watch to be so slim in the first place. Again, a one-year model, now discontinued, and one of the coolest of the Nautilus family. I really dig the green dial. It's not as overt and extroverted as the Tiffany dial that followed. This is a nice subtle watch that only declares itself at close range. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.